Hi, welcome guys to the video. In this very quick IGT video, I'm going to show you guys how to do a deadlift properly. So before you approach any kind of exercise, you always ask yourself three questions. First question, what muscle am I using? Second question, how to use that muscle? And third question, am I working hard enough? Because you need to make sure that you have a certain amount of intensity to get the benefits of the exercise. But this video today will be more tutorial based in terms of how to do the exercise. So first things first is to very much pay attention to where your feet are in relation to the bar. So typically what you like to do here, you have on the bar little groove marks to indicate roughly where your feet need to start, and then you adjust it from there. For me personally, when I do start the bar itself with my feet in relation to the bar, you see small grooves here. And for me, again, depends on the person's way that they're built. You want your shins to be touching the bar with the first grooves here. So what I like to do here to standardize my stance, we're very simply to bring my toes in and out just once. So this is me personally. But if you do want a good way as a roundabout tester method to know roughly where your feet need to go, very simply jump, and how you land is roughly where your feet need to be. Now, if you do feel like when you are starting the exercise, it feels a little bit off, feel free then play around, go in, wider, completely up to you. So for me personally, when I'm in position, I'm here. So the next step is going to be demonstrating what the exercise looks like, and I'll tell you guys what I don't want to see you guys doing. So what the exercise looks like as a whole, I'll do around about 4 to 5 repetitions. So that's what the exercise looks like. Now the key things I don't want to see you guys doing, first thing is for your knees to come in. So the way you address that, very simply with your feet, imagine there is an A1 sheet of paper and you're looking to rip that page in half the whole entire time down and the whole entire time up. That prevents your knees from coming in. Secondly, which is a very common characteristic in terms of errors for most people, is once they actually do start the exercise, they don't get themselves tight both in their lats and in their core, as well as not organizing their spine in relation to the hips, so the head to the hips in the start position. And what they typically will do, by not getting tight or in the right position, they'll round excessively so. So there are a couple of prompts I like you to use here, but the main thing in terms of organize yourself at the very start, I want you to think about here. Thumb is squeezed and your shoulders are down and shoulders are back. And imagining there is a line running from your ears, your shoulders, your hips, and your knees. So that way, this is roughly where you want to be. And once you're in that position, to reinforce it, squeeze your bum, and then brace your core. You can do bracing in different kinds of ways. For me, personally, imagine you're being punched in the stomach, and what you normally do, you brace your core. There are other different prompts you can use, but ultimately, as long as you get tight here, this is where you want to be. So once your spine is straight, you don't understand where your hands need to go. So what I like to do here to organize my upper back, arms are out, shoulders down, and shoulders are back. Now, once I'm reaching for the bar, again, maintain this straight spine position. I am bending from my hips and then my knees to follow, and keeping my spine nice and straight, I'm then going to grab this bar. So again, you can grab the bar in different kinds of ways, but for the deadlift, I want to keep my hands as close as I can towards my shin. So what I like to do here, when I do set myself up, I place my thumbs up against the bar, and this is where my hands want to be. So my hands are in that position. I'm then going to imagine here, to get my lats tight, is I'm going to break this bar in half. So you see here, naturally when I do that prompt, my elbows will cock behind my body. So this is me relaxed, and this is me tensed. So this makes sure that one, that my back is tight, but two, I'm making my shoulders in a strong position to be able to do the lift. And lastly, to enforce this position with your spine, what you don't want to do is that you don't want to have any slack in your body. So additional prompts I want you to think about here is when you do set yourself up and breaking the bar in half, imagine there's a card in between your upper arm and your armpit. And look to squeeze that card as hard you can to make sure your back is nice and tight. And lastly, before I actually do the lift, you'll see here and here as well, there's noise in the bar. So what you want to do to remove the slack in the position, once you do all the things I mentioned in the video beforehand, twisting the bar, imagine the card in between your lats, I want you to pull on the bar as hard as you can without lifting the bar up. So now, when I do stand, you hear it silently go up, versus when I don't remove any slack from the bar, that noise from that position. So there are many things you can do additionally to the exercise, but those are the general prompts that I want you to do when you are doing your deadlift.